You want to watch this episode if you want to know the answer to the question, how do I reach the land of credibility? Welcome to Dear Credibility Expert, where I answer questions on credibility every week. And the question that by the way, this one's mine. The question that I'm often asked from a number of different people in different ways is, how do I actually reach the land of credibility? And I want to make a statement first. Credibility is not a destination. Credibility is a journey. Credibility is a journey that we need to take through our entire lives. Credibility is our character and other people's perceptions of our character. It's not a badge. Now, when I look at the stuff that I do as a business person, we have a book publishing company, so we create books for people. And a book does deliver a component of credibility, right? If you have a great looking website, if you have a good LinkedIn profile, if you get announced in different magazines, there are many different things that bring you credibility. But let's go back to credibility is your character and other people's perceptions of your character. Credibility is how and who you are, and then how other people see you. I had a massive aha moment this week. So in looking at the definition of the word credibility, there are 10 components. It's the quality in which we are known, liked, and trusted. And under the being known and being trusted pillars are 4 components each, and underneath the being likable are 2 components. And you go back to a previous episode where I actually talk about how do you execute on being likable, and that will help you see how best to do that. Now, in pulling the content together, I knew, based on the way the numbers kept coming in and the way the results kept happening, that we absolutely needed the word integrity to be listed twice. So of the 10 components, the word integrity is underneath the component of being known. It's also underneath the component of being trustworthy. Now, I knew that, and I used different words to describe, in integrity, but the word is integrity. And it was this week, actually, and I was speaking with the owner of Joyly. And she said something really fascinating, and the next day I woke up with my aha moment. So what she said, this is Cheryl Lynn, what she said was, she asked me, do you know the difference between happy and joy? And I thought I knew the difference, and I would have said it, but it would have came out in a much longer sentence and structure that she said. And she said the following. It sort of blew me away because I go, oh yeah, of course, I get it. Immediately, I get it. Happy, or being happy, is what shows up externally. Joy is internal. Joy is who you are. Joy is how you show up. It's appreciating everything in life in a way that you're getting joy out of it. And the next morning I woke up and I go, oh, I get it. The integrity associated with being known is the integrity you have to yourself. The integrity associated with being trustworthy is the integrity you have externally. So it's sort of internal or external. And so it's really interesting to see that there are people who are leaders who are potentially great leaders, and the way they run their companies or the way they run their divisions or departments or whatever is really amazing, and they have amazing external integrity and credibility. But internally, they do something that's not right. They cheat on their taxes, or they cheat in some way or another, or they do something that seems at a character, or they cheat on their diet, right? And what's interesting to me is there are people who don't put those 2 and 2 together because they are really separate things. They're in the integrity external versus integrity internal. But the way to think about it, if you want to to find that thing that helps you be credible is they're both the same. They both are as important, because there are many, I've heard many times a business leader who has lost credibility with their entire staff because they cheated on their spouse, or they took one of their people's ideas and claimed it as their own. So, first of all, I'm excited that I now can articulate it that way. And Joy, thank you. Absolutely amazing. If you haven't checked out her stuff, Being of Joy is beautiful and absolutely worth being a life purpose, as well as being credible. So credibility is not a destination. There's not one thing you do. I can't give you a badge today and say you're credible, although, we do give away badges. Specifically, village leaders get badges, and I have 8 other programs that we are creating badges and certifications for. That said, credibility is that journey you take. It's every interaction you have. It is the, under the being known, having the integrity, since I mentioned that, being a servant leader, having the intent and commitment to do the right thing. On a daily basis, executing those. On the being likable part, it's sharing your stage and showing you respect by showing up when you show up. And on the being trustworthy side, it's vulnerability, integrity again, authenticity, and being coachable. And it's how we bring all those to the table each and every day with each and every interaction that we allow people to see us. So it's the component of our character where people represent us, as well as how we act and who we are. It's our characters, who we really are, and how we show up. Humanity has lost its way. There are more people that are dubious than credible, and we need to fix this. And there is a framework to do that. And I would encourage you to read more about the credibility framework that's articulated in the book, Credibility Nation, that sits on the website, the membership community called Credibility Nation. That's part of the TED Talk I did on credibility. I encourage you to do that and live credibility, to continue the journey that each and every day we become more and more credible, or even just stay consistently on our credibility, and to allow not just for us to be in living with joy, allow us to, because by the way, when you're living with credibility, you are living with joy. When you're living your purpose, when you can articulate your CPoP. Remember, 98% of people I interviewed could not articulate who they served and the pain point they addressed. 98% of people could not clearly and cleanly articulate their purpose. When you could do that, you're living with joy. It's really amazing to me. We as humans are all born to serve. The question becomes, do we serve ourselves or do we serve others? Serving ourselves is not credible. I mean, we always have to take care of ourselves as well, of course, but serving others is a primary component of being credible. And our job, our life, is to provide service to others. And by doing so, we're providing service to us, and we're enjoying. If you love what you do, if what you do brings you joy, because it's what you love doing, and you help others while you're helping yourself, there is no better life worth living. That's my thoughts on credibility. Is not a destination. It is a journey, and I want you to join us on that journey. Whether or not you're part of the Credibility Nation community or not, the benefit of the Credibility Nation community, it is a place you can go where you're on a journey with other people also looking to live, work, and play credibly. In this episode, I talked about how credibility is a journey, not a destination. There is not one thing you could do, one badge you could create, one book you could write. All those things help, but it's who you are, how you show up, not just completely internally who you are, but also other people's perceptions of you. Credibility is your character and other people's perceptions of your character. And it's something that we work on all the time. And although we could step into dubiousness a little bit, as long as we recognize it and fix it and keep moving forward, we can continue to live a credible life. Thanks so much. Take care. Bye now.